Hi guys, it's Joe again from Acklam Car Centre. Today I'm going to take a nice short test drive in this BMW 840 diesel X-Drive M Sport in the beautiful Dravit Grey with a massive specification. But the reason I'm going to do this short video is to give you a quick insight on how this car performs, what it sounds like and all the gadget and gizmos and what it's like to use on an everyday sort of feel factor, because you drive it every day to work with your family, with your kids. So first things first, this one is a convertible. The sun's not out today, so I've left the hood up, but I have got the air scarf on, which is down here. You can see the little red light going on. That's blowing nice hot air around my neck. I don't need it, but it feels really good. First impressions on the 8 Series for me is the quality. It's the leather on the top dash, the centre dash. It just feels incredible. The quality behind it is beautiful. It feels rich, if that makes sense. All the buttons and screens and digital display, the heads-up display. So my first glance, I think impressions are brilliant. I love it. When I start the engine, the 840 diesel, which is a 3-litre diesel, has great power, but it has a great sound as well. It sounds quite. It has a growl to it for a diesel. That's impressive. But also, what you normally expect a diesel car to do is sound a bit sort of tractorish, you know, tick tick. Absolutely not. You wouldn't even know you're in a diesel. The other good thing with this convertible, which I can tell straight away just from the roof quality and everything, it's very quiet, very quiet. But then my main reason for this video was because this car does have sort of semi-autonomous driving system in it, which is brilliant. And I'm going to show you, without spending 25 minutes of your time, exactly how it works and how good it is, because if you haven't used it before, you will be wowed by it. And you think, oh, that's brilliant. It takes a little bit of getting used to it. You have to trust it a little bit, but always be on guard as well at the same time, and sort of just be aware, because whilst them gadget and gizmos are there to make your life easy, you still have to be on top of it, and just in case, really. So the first thing, this car has cruise control, but it has adaptive cruise control. So for the guys and girls that don't know what adaptive cruise control does, it means I can set the cruise control like I have right now, and I can have 2-car, 3-car gap, whatever the length I decide I want the distance between me and the car in front, it'll keep it. So on the motorways, it works really good, because at 70 miles an hour, if the traffic sort of joins up and it draws the speed down to 30 or 40 miles an hour, it'll slow down, and as the speed picks back up again, it'll do the same. And I'm just going to demonstrate it now as soon as I find the bypass motorway, call it what you want. Voice control is another big thing in this car. So that's this button here. When you press that button, you can do a lot of the media stuff by pressing this. Navigation.
Navigation. Please select the type of the desired destination or a menu option. For example, points of interest.
Metro Centre.
I found several destinations. Which one shall I select?
No, I can just pick that one there. The reason I picked Metro Centre, because it's very fresh in my mind. I only went a couple of days ago and I used it in my car and it works. It's perfect.
Please leave the roundabout
So,
at the third exit.
and it does talk to you as well. Turn sound off.
Mute on.
The car is brilliant. You'd be surprised how much it can do. When it mentioned before about points of interest, what it meant was there's restaurants, takeaways, pizzas, hotels, cinema venues. There's all sorts you can use that media system for. It gives you the destination, but it also gives you the telephone number, so you can ring from here and say, book me a table for 2. You could. It does what an Android or an iPhone does these days, but years ago that wasn't available. Now I'm going to quickly just demonstrate this autonomous driving first of all, and the adaptive cruise control. I'm going to get this just to give me a little bit of peace and quiet. Right, so you press this button, and then the little green light comes on there with the steering wheel. I can see in front of me, because I've picked the option where it's on my heads-up display. There's 2 green lines, which means it's picked up the markings in the road, and now it's good to steer on its own. It's flashing yellow, asking me to pay attention and grab the steering wheel again, and that will do that every 5 or 6 seconds, I think it is. So it'll take me out of this corner, no problem. Obviously, I'm going to slow down because it is quite a sharp turn. As I get round here, I'm going to put my adaptive cruise control on now. I'm going to set it at 50 because we're on a 50 mile an hour road, and I'm going to quickly join this. I'm safe. Boom. Right, so it's going to pick the lines up. I'm going to do 50 miles an hour. I'll do 50 and I'll do how many cars? Let's do 2-car gap, okay? I will let go completely. My legs are up here. I'm not touching the steering wheel. In a few seconds, it's flashing. So it's flashing yellow now. Touch it, tap it, do what you want. I'm going around a small bend here now. I'm still doing 50 miles an hour, give or take. The car in front of me, if you can see, it'll keep that exact distance all the way. This car will go around bends now. I'll keep tapping it. There's quite a sharp bend coming up shortly. And that's where the proof will be, taking it around there. Because the sun's out, you can't see the yellow flashing, but built into the steering wheel, the hazard's there. So it's flashing yellow. If I don't touch it at all, it'll go red and it'll slam the brakes for me. So I'll show you in a few seconds what it does if I don't touch it at all, to wake me up because it thinks I'm asleep right now. There's a bend coming as well, so it's not the best time to do it really. There, it's gone red. It'll still turn because it's there. Now it's hit the brake for me there. It's trying to wake me up. So I'm going to take over again, because I'm not asleep, obviously. So it does, it warns you and it pre-warns you before it literally slows it right down, before it puts you in any sort of danger. So going back to the cruise control, the adaptive cruise and my self-drive. Right, so we have back on. It's going to pick the lines up. I've set my cruise at 50, there. So now we're going round a bend again. Remember, no acceleration, no braking, nothing. If I want to increase my speed, because I've gone from a 50 to a 60 mile an hour zone, I can just flick it up in singles or fives. So now I'm picking up speed. I'm starting to join that car in front of me. It'll keep the same distance and it'll slow this car down. But you see how it's just going around corners and everything? It is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, like I said, it's not something you're going to use every single day, but if I had this car, I would. Genuinely, like I said, it doesn't give you a reason to fall asleep behind the steering wheel, but just makes your journey absolutely hassle-free. Like I said, it's measuring the road perfectly. It's keeping me bang in the middle of the road as well, which I like about. It's not. I've driven some of them other self-autonomous vehicles, and it really does. It's some of them keep me to one side, and you think, I'm not really comfortable with that. I'm too close to the side of the road or other cars. Are you amazed? Because I am. Looks amazing. Feels amazing, and you do nothing. Obviously, take over if you want to. Now, I'm about to join 70 miles an hour here shortly. The 840 for me, whilst it does all this, which is brilliant, the twin-turbo diesel power, the Newton meters of torque that this car produces is so impressive, and I'm going to quickly come off here and show you. The sound. It sounds incredible. Remember, this is a diesel. This is not a petrol. It's a diesel car. So I'm going to just come back round and join the motorway again and just give you an idea of how quickly, you know, for overtaking and joining motorways, sometimes where it can be tricky because there's oncoming traffic or there's lorries and stuff and you want to be right. I'll quickly show you what sort of torque power there is. It's just, there's no turbo lag whatsoever. I'm not going to drop the gear, nothing. I'm in automatic drive. I'm not going to use paddle shift, nothing. I'm just going to put my foot down and it's just going to, it'll just pick up and it'll go and it'll join. Have you heard this thing? Now for a diesel, what more could you want? You couldn't. You get a combination of running cost. It's effortless with zero turbo lag. And that's why this car costs nearly £100,000, because it ticks every single box. It looks super sexy. It's great for the winter, it's great for the summer. Summer because it's convertible, winter because it's X-Drive. With that sort of sound, that sort of pulling power, returning miles per gallon, and then you've got every single gadget and gizmos. I think if you haven't got 5 kids like me, this car's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And you can really enjoy it. Super smooth. Long wheelbase car, as in longer than a normal 3 Series, 4 Series, or a C-Class or something. So being a longer wheelbase car, it just flows, it's effortless, it sails along, you don't feel no bumps, nothing, it just eats the road up. Beautiful car. For me, this is a cracking machine, well put together, in the best colour combination. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.